Tales Hub presents Value of Time. A moral story. Once upon a time, in the peaceful village of Anampur, there lived a young man named Aryan. Aryan was intelligent, kind-hearted, and full of potential. But he had one great flaw. He did not value time. He would often waste hours in idleness, procrastinating on his work and responsibilities. Despite his parents' repeated warnings, he continued his ways, believing that there would always be enough time to do everything. One day, Aryan met an old sage named Mahadev while wandering near the riverbank. Mahadev was known for his wisdom, and people from all over the region sought his guidance. Seeing Aryan's carefree nature, Mahadev decided to teach him a valuable lesson. "Young man," the sage said, "what do you consider the most precious thing in this world?" Aryan thought for a moment and replied, "Gold and jewels, of course. They bring wealth and prosperity." The sage smiled and shook his head. "No, my child. The most precious thing in this world is time. Once lost, it can never be regained." Aryan laughed. "Time is infinite, isn't it? There will always be more of it. Why should I worry about losing it?" Mahadev looked at Aryan and said, "If you truly believe that, then let me give you a challenge. Meet me at sunrise tomorrow at the temple on the hill, and I will give you something more valuable than all the riches in the world. But remember, you must not be late." Curious and intrigued, Aryan agreed. Once upon a time, that night, Aryan stayed up late, thinking about what Mahadev might give him. He woke up late the next morning and rushed to the temple. However, by the time he arrived, the sun had already risen, and Mahadev was nowhere to be seen. A small note lay on the temple steps, and it read, "You are late. The opportunity is lost. Just like time, it will never return." Aryan felt a pang of regret but shrugged it off, thinking it was just a small lesson. He continued with his lazy ways, believing there would be more chances in the future. A few months later, Aryan heard of a grand competition in the royal palace. The king had announced that the winner would receive a fortune in gold and a chance to serve in the royal court. Aryan, confident in his abilities, decided to participate. However, he kept delaying his preparations, spending his days in leisure and promising himself that he would start tomorrow. The day of the competition arrived. Aryan, unprepared, rushed to the palace, only to realize that he had forgotten his essential documents at home. He ran back, but by the time he returned, the gates had closed, and the competition had begun. Once again, he had lost an opportunity due to his poor time management. Feeling dejected, Aryan wandered aimlessly and found himself back at the riverbank where he had first met Mahadev. The sage was sitting there, meditating peacefully. Aryan approached him, shamefaced, and said, "I understand now. I have lost many chances because I did not value time. I have wasted the precious gift you spoke of. Please, teach me how to change." Mahadev opened his eyes and said, "Realization is the first step. My child. Now, you must act. From this moment on, discipline yourself. Wake up early. Plan your day, and complete your tasks without delay. Time lost cannot be regained, but time used wisely can shape a bright future." Taking the sage's words to heart, Aryan transformed his habits. He started waking up early, managing his time efficiently, and staying dedicated to his work. With persistence and determination, he achieved great success, earning respect and prosperity. Years later, Aryan himself became a revered scholar and a mentor to many. He would often tell his students, Gold and jewels can be earned and lost. But time, once lost, never returns. Use it wisely, for it is the true treasure of life. Thus, Arian became an example of the power of valuing time. And from that day forward, the people of Anantpur understood that time is the greatest wealth one can possess.